All, deep down, wonder when and how the world as we know it will eventually end. Some call it doomsday, some call it apocalypse. But the Vikings of the Norse pantheon call it Ragnarok, and the entire cosmos, including the gods, will fall at this apocalyptic moment. Hello and welcome to Mythical Madness, and here's our take on Ragnarok. Its Old Norse translation, Fate of the Gods, is the most accurate description of what it means. Ragnarok's tale is the very last of numerous chronological stories that make up Norse mythology. But Ragnarok hasn't happened. Instead, it is a prophecy of what is to come, a comprehensive description of how their world would end for the Norsemen of the early Middle Ages, which included the legendary burning warriors known as the Vikings. Even the gods in the story were aware of Ragnarok's prophecies, but could not stop them. A great winter unlike any other the earth has ever seen will arrive sometime, whenever the Norns, the mysterious spinners of fate in Norse, order it. The world will experience extreme cold when the icy winds blast snow in all directions, and the sun's warmth fails. With no summers, this winter will last the same amount of time as 3 typical winters. All rules and morality will be forgotten when humanity faces an extreme lack of food. Brother will kill brother, the father will kill son, and son will kill father in this age of swords and axes. The wolves, Skoll and Hati, the grandsons of Loki, who have hunted the sun and the moon through the sky since the beginning of time, will at last catch their prey. The stars will also vanish, leaving the skies with nothing but a pitch-black abyss. The universe's main support structure, Yggdrasil, will quake, causing all the trees and even the mountains to tumble. The enormous wolf, Fenrir, will break the chain confining him, allowing the beast to escape. The oceans will flow over the entire planet when Jormungand, the mighty snake that lives in the bottom of the sea and encircles the continent, emerges from the depths. The Naglfar will be shaken loose from its moorings by these earthquakes. Nevertheless, this ship, made from the fingernails and toenails of dead men and women, will sail easily over the flooded earth. Its crew will be an army of giants, the forces of chaos and destruction, and the traitor of the gods, Loki, will have freed himself from the chains that held him captive, will be its captain. Fenrir will tear apart the planet with flames shooting from his eyes and nostrils, his lower jaw resting on the surface and his upper jaw pressing up against the sky, consuming everything in his path. Then finally, Jormungand will spew his poison across the entire planet, contaminating the land, the water, and the air. The sky's dome will fracture, and the Muspelheim fire giants will appear through the gap. Surtur, the fire giant with a flaming sword that shines brighter than the sun, will be their commander. The bridge will collapse behind them as they crossed Bifrost. The Gjallarhorn will sound an ominous blast as Heimdall, the heavenly guard, signals the approach of the time the gods have dreaded. The wisest of all beings, the head of Mimir, will be consulted anxiously by Odin for advance. Even though the gods are aware of what the prophecies have predicted would happen in this conflict, they nevertheless choose to engage in combat. They will arm themselves and engage their foes on the Vigrid battleground. The Einarhar, a group of Odin's hand-picked human soldiers housed in Valhalla, for this occasion, will fight with him when he engages in battle with Fenrir. Odin and the men's champions will fight more bravely than anyone has ever fought. But it won't be sufficient. First, Fenrir will swallow Odin and his troops. Then Vidar, one of Odin's sons, will assault the beast to get revenge on his father. Then he will stab his sword through the wolf's throat, killing him. Another wolf, Garm, and the god of war, Tyr, will slay each other. The same will be done by Heimdall and Loki, putting a stop to the trickster's deceit, but costing one of the gods one of their best in the process. The god Freyr and the giant Surt will also be the end of each other. Finally, Thor and Jormungand, these ancient adversaries, will finally get to slay the other. Thor will be able to bring down the giant serpent with his hammer smashes. However, the snake will have injected him with so much poison that he won't be able to continue to stand. Instead, he will collapse after walking 9 steps and add his blood to Vigrid's already contaminated soil. Then, all that will be left is nothingness, and the remnants of the world will sink into the sea. Creation and all that has transpired since will be utterly reversed. Some claim that this story, and all stories for that matter, end here. Others, though, predict that a brand new gorgeously green planet will emerge from the depths. Vidar and a select group of other gods will endure the end of the old world and thrive in the new. Would this not give the universe and all that happens in it a gloomy undertone of tragedy? According to this perspective, the certainty of death and sorrow should not paralyze us, but rather inspire us to adopt noble attitudes and carry out heroic deeds. This was Mythical Madness's 2 cents on Ragnarok. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. See you next time.